I don't understand why people are so broke. Like, not to say that I'm wealthy, because I'm not in any way. In fact, I'm not even like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. But like, I see so much shit on the internet saying like, oh, people are struggling to buy food and gas and pay their rent and all that shit. And meanwhile, I'm just working a crappy factory job, and I own my own house, and I have like 2,000 in the bank right now, and all my bills are paid on time, and I have no crippling debt. I just don't understand it. Like so I knew this guy who was one of those guys who would say that shit, talk about how hard it is to survive and how he doesn't have money and shit. And this dude worked like 25 hours a week in a kitchen job, and he expected to get a salary of like $80,000 a year. It doesn't even make any sense. Also, he spent hundreds of dollars a month on weed and cigarettes and alcohol. So I really don't understand why these people are acting like it's so hard. It's really not, dude. Like, I don't understand what people are spending money on, dude. Like, I'm eating just fine. My bills are paid. I got my own place. I have my own car, even though it's 20 years old. Maybe that's why, like, I bought my car straight out with cash for $3,000 4 years ago. A lot of people I'm seeing at work are driving, like, nicer new cars. Like, there's this one dude who's spending, like, he has a lease on a new truck, and he's spending, like, with insurance and car payment and everything, I think it's like $600 a month for a car. And that doesn't even include the fuel and everything. It's insane, dude. And then all these other people at my job are smoking cigarettes and weed on their lunch breaks. And people got like the newest phones and shit. Like, if you're bad at budgeting, that's probably why you're so broke. But it's like all I see online is how like inflation's gone so high. People can't afford shit. Don't buy stuff you can't afford, you know? Don't have kids you can't afford, and it wouldn't be a problem. Because I'm paying so much tax money for people being on welfare. Like, people I work with, so many of them have food stamps and shit, and they're making the same amount of money as me, but I'm a white man, so I'm not gonna get that shit. It's impossible for me to get that stuff even if I need it, if we're gonna be real about it. But if you're a woman or part of a minority group, you can get that shit all day, every day. And I've seen it with my own eyes, where I don't even need to see any bullshit data or hear any virtue singling, because I know that's the truth. But yeah, I just don't understand it, dude. Like, get a full-time job and work if you have to. Sometimes you might have to work over 40 hours. I mean, it is what it is. You're not gonna, like, these young kids nowadays, they think they can work like 20 hours a week and live off that. That's not gonna happen. And you're also not gonna make a living off social media like so many people want to do nowadays. Like, you don't get paid shit for this. It's pretty sad though. Like, just budget better. Don't have, like, wear a fucking condom, dude. A box of condoms is like $5, and you get a whole shitload of them. Like, use your brain. Don't do drugs. Don't drink alcohol. Don't smoke tobacco. Those things fuck with your brain, and you can't have that happening. Don't get loans you can't afford. Like, it's not that hard. It really isn't.